It sounds like you took a fat rip, bro.
Do you want to leave while I talk about this? Get over here, child. Come hither.
Get on up in here.
Look it on me. Oh, is that what we're doing? That was so funny. Tell them what you told us yesterday while we were walking. You remember how you were talking about my age?
Oh yeah.
What did you tell us?
That you're 34 years older than me.
And Jeremy looked at me, and I looked at him, and Jeremy's like, oh, because you're 5. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Were you like confused?
Hilarious.
He's perpetually 5 years old.
Somebody's texting me. They love me.
I do love you, but I'm not texting you.
That's messed up.
So everything went well. I woke up, and they didn't let Jeremy in the room while I was waking up from anesthesia. So Jonathan didn't get his... Really? Do you have to have your phone in your face while we're recording?
They can't see it. It's not a frame.
This is so ridiculous.
I couldn't get any funny after anesthesia footage.
Oh, but what's funny, so when we were waiting for, I had a huge headache because I couldn't drink any coffee, and I probably was a little dehydrated because I probably should drink more water before midnight, but I didn't. And so I was dehydrated, I hadn't had anything to eat, I didn't have any caffeine, and by the time I got to the hospital, it was usually by the time I had like my 3rd cup of coffee. Starting with a headache, like on my way to the hospital, and then by the time it was like, I don't know, like noon, it was bad. It was a bad headache.
Mom.
What?
That's all I can prove. I'm your child.
You get headaches?
My entire family is a caffeine addict.
That's not the only way that you can prove that you're my child. There's DNA evidence.
No, there's not.
Okay.
I'm a doctor.
The only thing, after they stuck me 2 times, they finally got a good vein. And they use lidocaine now, which I've never gotten an IV where they use lidocaine to help numb it. I had 3 different people stick me because the first nurse, she was having a hard time finding a vein, and then she got in, but she hit a valve, and so it bent her needle. And then the vein whisperer came in, and she had a hard time finding a vein. And then the anesthesia guy, and I had both arms, and the vein whisperer and the anesthesia guy was on this side, and the anesthesia guy found it. It was a bleeder. He found a good one. And so that thing was uncomfortable the whole entire time. I don't know. Usually you don't feel them, but I felt it the whole entire time. And when I woke up from anesthesia, that's what I felt. I didn't feel any of this. I felt the IV. It was weird. After they finally got that in, they asked anesthesia to give me some pain medicine from a headache. And they put it in the IV, and I was like, whoa, I love IV meds.
That I should have gotten on film.
Yeah, it was quick, man. I was like, I went from like an 8 pain level to like a 2 in like 30 seconds.
I'd make a joke, but I wouldn't.
And then I was like, this is a nice cloud.
What?
And both my mom and Jeremy were like looking at the one I'm writing. I'm writing a cloud now. Like the pain meds.
It sounds like you're a stoner.
I
love this cloud, bro.
I was pretty high. What they give me, fentanyl? Yeah, fentanyl. And I'm pretty sensitive to pain meds, so they probably gave me well over the dosage I needed. I had to pee, and they had given me pain medicine. So apparently, you can't walk with pain medicine before surgery. But when I woke up from anesthesia and I'm still groggy and almost half asleep, they're like, "Here, walk to the bathroom." And I'm like, "This makes no sense. I had to use the wall to support myself to walk down to the bathroom, but I couldn't walk to the bathroom on a little bit of pain medicine before surgery?"
fact that she doesn't remember getting rolled to surgery
I don't.
might be why they wouldn't let her walk to the bathroom beforehand.
I don't remember being rolled into surgery at all. I have no recollection. The last thing I remember is I was, they're in like a little bay and they have the curtain and like the station for all the pre-op service people was like right across from my bay, and I had like 6 people standing there and Jeremy on my side, the nurse. And I think I remember like rolling out of the bay. That's the last thing I remember. And like, I don't remember being transferred to the operating room table. I don't remember them, like telling me to count down, because they usually tell you to count down.
It sounds like you took a fat rip, bro.
Just rolling on some good waves. When I woke up, I felt the IV, and the nurse was there, and I was like, what time is it? And she was like, it was 5 something. I'm like, man, that's late. I was expecting it to be like 2, I think I asked her how long I was in there, and I can't remember what else I asked her. I asked her a couple questions. And then once I woke up, they rolled me to another place to finish waking up, I guess. And then I started getting like water, and I'm like half asleep, in and out of sleep. They're like giving me water and asked me if I was hungry. I was starving. Oh my gosh, I was so hungry. But what?
Product placement.
Please sponsor.
This is not sponsored by Monster.
Please sponsor.
This child drinks
We
so much
need
Monster. Yeah.
I need to provide for my addiction. We need to film how much I have.
I did on your room
I have
thing.
over $100 of just Monster.
What?
Just Monster.
The
Out
cans
of
that you
energy
have?
drink.
Yeah.
Worth of Monster.
Yeah.
Not anymore, it's empty cans.
It's all been peed out of your system. You've urinated your Monster out. I know, it's a shame you can't hold on to it, huh? You're silly. That was the experience yesterday. And then she's like, well, all you gotta do is pee and then you're out of here. And I'm like, wow, okay. I was like, okay, I think I need to pee. She's like, you think you can walk? I'm like, probably. And so I was a little bit wobbly, but I got there.
Stumbling down the hall. Can I get some crunches?
And then she crunches. I love that you still say crunches. Crunches.
They're crunches.
Who had crunches? Was it me?
No, it was Dad, because he got into a motorcycle wreck.
Right, when he got into his motorcycle wreck.
And he had a big cut.
Yeah. And you're like, where's your crunches, Daddy? That's funny. Spit out your drink. What was I saying? Okay, so, and then she put like 2 of those seat protectors, but I was trying to push the little tabby thing so it wouldn't, I wouldn't have pee splash on me, but it wouldn't go. So I was trying to pee very gently so I didn't have pee go all over me. It was just a weird experience. Come here! I'm done with the peeing. We've talked about pee enough. So anyway, eventually I had to go again. Obviously I had to go again. And then she sent my husband to get the prescriptions. Jeremy, my husband.
The better one.
And they were like, well, do you have a pharmacy? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, is it going to be open when y'all get home? I'm like, what time is it? She was like 7 o'clock or 7 something. I'm like, he probably just needs to go get them now. Or was it 6?
It was 6:30 something when I went to the pharmacy in the hospital.
Yeah, it was after 6 when she said. And I was like, she's like, well, the pharmacy closes at 7 here. And I'm like, well, just tell him to go down. And that way we don't have to worry about it later. He went and got the prescriptions and he came upstairs and helped me go to the restroom again by walking me there and walking me back.
That's nice.
Oh, she gave me my clothes, got dressed.
How dare you?
And then she sent Jeremy down to get the car. She took out my IV. She went and got a wheelchair. And she's like, well, just wait here for a few minutes for me to get around. It felt like forever, and I was like, I think he might be down by now. And I texted you. Did you get my text?
I had gotten your text. I was already down. I had parked further up because when I came through, y'all weren't out yet. And I didn't want to sit there blocking if somebody else pulled up.
Yeah.
So when I got your text, I tried to call you, not realizing that my phone was attached to Bluetooth in the car.
And it wasn't on the right radio station to connect the Bluetooth. Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
Hello?
The call's not going through.
What?
Hello? 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 And I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, it was a messed up day. So then I got in the car, we got home, set me all up, emptied the drains. Yeah. So that's the most uncomfortable thing, I think, is having the drains. Underneath the area is where I have the most pain. And where I can feel, but I think it's also because of where the contraption sits with the pressure. Yeah. Do you want to leave? Do you want to leave while I talk about this?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you know, if you ever have a wife that needs this, it might be useful information. You don't need it now, huh? You'll ask me later? I love you. Leave the door open so we can hear for dogs and...
Well, the dogs aren't here yet.
I know. When they come home.
Okay.
You can close your door, though. You don't have to hear me. So anyways, so underneath my breasts are where it hurts the most, but it's also probably where the pressure bra sits. And so I have to keep that on for 48 hours. Then I can take a shower, which will be tomorrow evening. I'm guessing around 5. Be exactly 48 hours. I cannot wait to get in the shower, though. I can assess the situation and see what I got. So when I woke up from anesthesia, I remember feeling the IV and asking what time it was, and I was trying to assess, like, first I had to remember why I was coming out of the anesthesia. And I'm like, wait, why am I here? What was I doing? Oh, wow, okay. I was like, how does it feel? Do I feel lighter? It feels, I can breathe better. Like, I can breathe better. Like, that's what I remember feeling is I can breathe better. So, and then the doc came out to see you. What did he tell you? After my surgery.
What did he tell me?
Yeah, like...
All he basically came out and said was that this procedure went well and everything. They removed 1.2 pounds off of each side. He said that she would be happy with the results, and then also said that I would be happy with the results. My happiness has nothing to do with this, but that's my personal opinion.
I can't wait to see the results. And then I go back in a week for my post-op. And I don't know if I mentioned it the other, but the size bra that I wore before this was a size 36 to 38K. Yeah, it was quite large. Nobody really noticed how big I was. I don't know if I just wore baggy enough clothes, so it's gonna be noticeable, like, the difference. For sure. And apparently I'm gonna be perkier.
Oh, honey, you were always perky.
Ha, but my breasts weren't. The boys went and slept over at my parents' house, and we had the dogs here with us. Cashmere was fine. He went in Jonathan's room, laid in the bed, and crashed. Spudley, on the other hand, he was a handful. He had us up, or at least Jeremy, up and out of the bed. He kind of woke me up a couple of times, scratching on the door, barking at the door. He does not do well without a person to sleep with. So I was like, look, just let him in the bed. We'll see how it goes. And he did pretty well. Once he settled down and fell asleep, he was fine. So anytime he got up, I would just raise my knees and make sure he couldn't get to me. So I had a decent night's sleep. But then I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I was like wide awake. Pretty sore. Anything else I forgot about? Other than how amazing my husband is, because he's taking care of me and he's being a really good nurse.
You might want to mention how amazing your husband is.
Oh, my husband is super amazing. He's been doing a great job of taking care of me. I'm very thankful for you. Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing this without somebody next to me and helping me through the night. If this is something you're considering, having that help is a huge help. I am giving myself permission to be lazy and relax and not do anything for the next 2 weeks. I took off work. I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna edit a bunch of videos and that's about it.
And on the side note, if you don't have anybody that is there to help you for a small fee, I can.
Oh, you're gonna go help somebody?
Say how small
It'll have to be significant for me to give up this.
Everybody has a price.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Be awesome.